Good morning, traders. So we're looking at the Aussie, the South African top 40. So yeah, yesterday I was expecting expecting an up day, but we got another really confused up and down day. So I think on the daily, the key thing here is that we've got an exhaustion bar to a level, which is a screen bar, which happened on Tuesday, and then Wednesday and Thursday have been two inside bars. So essentially what's happening here is we're forming another range, which is pretty much there with these two bars. And it's an inside bar inside this green bar. So uh, with some diversions on the daily, so there is potential here that this is going to potentially roll over. I think you just have a look at the weekly. You look at the weekly, you'll see technically we are still in a downtrend. Oscillators are to the top, and you can see we are below the alligator on the weekly. So, if you look at the left, you've got quite a bit of congestion here, which is basically holding up price at the moment. Now, if we just have a look at how January finished with a solid green bar, which was a continuation from here. But we are still under the alligator. So if you look at the weekly and the monthly, the trend is still down. Okay, so that's pretty much the view on the weekly and the monthly. The daily, although the trend has been up recently, we've hit this area of resistance, and the 200 daily EMA is holding us up at the moment. So this could also be a bit of a triangle consolidation, but you'll see that on the lower time frames. So looking at the 4-hour, you'll see what I mean. Big up, big down, big up, big down. Although we are still in an uptrend. Okay, there is a potential double top here, and that pretty much makes sense with this is the one daily candle, then you've got these two dailies here. So we do have continuation diversions here on the 4-hour, not so much between these two lows, but between this low and that low. Okay, so there it was fine, but now we have diversions. Okay, so again, the upward trend is still pretty much intact, although it's messy, and we could be forming either a double top or a flat top triangle again. So the choice is yours, I suppose. And here you can see that this upward trend line is pretty well intact, and we bounced off it, but we also closed on our low here. So yeah, to be quite frank, I think it's still sit on my hands type day. If I look at the 1-hour, you can see this double top here is broken, and we've retested. So if I move this level up to there, you'll see there's my double top, up, up, down, and we've closed below it, we've come up, and we've tested this break. So this inside tail is a significant level at the moment. So that is 48.178. Okay, so let's just get to the half hour, because that's where we're going to see what we're supposed to do. So get rid of the noise. Let's start with the closing range strategy, and you can see we basically hit that target from the gap, which makes it pretty difficult to trade, although we did come back to test the break. So there's our target hit for the range. We came back, took a second attempt at it, and hit it again. Okay, so pretty much that worked out again. So your closing range strategy is again one that is well worth paying attention to on the Aussie at the moment. I know it's not giving us much on this level of swing trading, and it's predominantly being intraday trading now. The problem that we've got here is, actually, I just want to see if this double bottom played out. Looks like it did. No, it didn't. Okay. Right. So that's pretty much, I think, where my focus would be on this at the moment is really just focusing on the this closing range. We break below, it's short, we break above, it's long. And all you're really looking for is the height of this range right now. It's been going on for most of the week, well, pretty much all of the week, and it's played out every single time. So I think until we get out of this consolidation phase, that's the game I want to play. So in other words, a break above 48,216, then I'm targeting 48,400, a break below 48,036, and then I'm targeting 47,855. And you can see it does line up with inside tails here. It kind of lines up with a few inside tails to the left here, just above this previous swing high. But that's kind of the view that I have. Now, I did say this also looked like a triangle. So let's just go. Okay, that's a bit of a concern on that side. I'll explain now why. And that one's pretty intact. Okay, and now you can see we have this big consolidation triangle. Now this is very typical of a leading into non-farm payrolls. And non-farm payrolls is today. Okay, so last thing to look at, Rand dollar 13.29, so that's down quite a bit from yesterday. 10 cent is up 0.5%. Nasdaq was up yesterday 1.5%, and the S&P was also up 0.8%. It was just really the Dow that had no direction, which basically closed flat. Okay, so what that basically means is we're probably going to open flat. So this bottom trend line may just have made itself a new low, which is there. So what we're looking for is price to stay above 48,036. And I think that's pretty much what's going to happen. We're probably going to range back up. And if you look at this closing range strategy, if we range back up into this area here, we're going to pretty much come close to this downward trend line. Okay, looking at the half hour, you can see the oscillator group at the bottom. It's just the awesome oscillator, which is all over the place, and we're all over the alligator. So it's really tough to trade something like this. I'm just going to squeeze down to the 5 minutes just to highlight a few things. So first thing is we gapped up, we kind of hit the closing range strategy within the first 5 minutes. Then we hit we didn't hit the trend, we created a new trend. I just want to see if we hit the level. Not that I can see. So basically just not adhering to any real structure. There's probably structure somewhere on some time frame, but it's not glaring. Okay, so I suppose what we can say is that inside tail maybe. That's probably the closest there, although it's not exact. So these two inside tails is looking like what they traded off, but it's just slightly short. So anyway, let's just take that as, because there's nothing else left. So that's pretty much what I was looking for. This inside tail got up there, bounced off, got back, formed a double top, and now we have created a double top. So that's the only concern that I've got, is we do have a potential double top, and obviously I would like to, well, not like to see, but the possibility of this coming down is also pretty big. So let's just get what this double top is. Okay, so that would take us to the targets of the closing range breakout. Okay, basically that would just destroy this trend line and at the same time come down to the bottom of the range. Okay, so lots of confusion today as far as I'm concerned. I'll get rid of the noise, and the only trade I see on the Aussie today is to watch these two fractal levels. Well, these two levels. One's a fractal, one's not. So a break to the downside of 48,037 gives you a target of the heights of the range, and A break above 48,215 gives you a target, the heights of the range. So that will be 178 points to the upside or 178 points to the downside. Bear in mind, we're in a bigger consolidation pattern and we've got non-farm payrolls, so don't expect any fireworks until, 3:30 South African time. Okay, that all depends what happens to the dollar, really. Okay, so yeah, personally, I think I'm still going to sit on my hands with the Aussie. Not really going to worry about it for the rest of this week. Let this week close out, and then we'll have a look at it on the in the new week. Problem is, if you look at the weekly, look at these two indecision bars. So really indecisive, and concern that I have is we've got this massive divergence brewing on the weekly underneath the alligator. So logic to me says we're going to fall off here pretty soon. Even if it's a pullback to the weekly 200 EMA, but we're going to come back sometime soon and then maybe make another attempt. Okay, anyway guys, that's it for me today. Hope it helps, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.